How are you feeling?
Good. Yeah.
Well, what are you doing here then? You should be at home with some people that don't feel well. Yeah, as Dougie said, my name is Stephen Ferguson, master chef. I've worked in the Dorchester, I've worked at the Meridian Hotel, some of the best hotels in the world. I've also done natural bodybuilding to national level, competed against some of the best in the country, and health researcher and many other things. Anything to do with I eat, sleep and drink health. Sometimes I'm up till 4 in the morning reading about health, every aspect of health, and then I'm going to bring it to schools, to help children, to help as many people as possible to be motivated to be healthy. Now let me put a question to you. Why do we, as humans, do what we do? Who can answer that question? What's the reason we do every single thing we do each day? Anybody like to comment and answer?
Okay.
Because we literally programmed from the day we were born.
Yeah. We've been programmed
into the system.
What would you say? It's a habit, we've been programmed, it's a habit. What would you say? Anybody else like to tell us why do we do what we do every single day? Because of what?
We see other people do it.
Yeah.
So we copy people. It's habit. What was the other one we had? Programmed. We've been programmed.
Derived pleasure?
Because of what?
Derived pleasure?
Derived pleasure. Many different reasons.
Survival.
Survival. So we've all got different reasons why we think that we do things. But Aristotle commented on that. Do you know what Aristotle said, the famous philosopher? He said, the whole of human existence, everything boils down that humans do things to make themselves happy. Yeah. They think that what they're doing, at the end of the day, that particular thing will make me feel happy, whether it be immediate pleasures or after pleasures. How do you feel about that comment? And if you think deeply about it, everything we do as humans is to make us happy. Now, supposing I said to you, I'm going to give one of you £4 million. Would you be happy with that? Who wants 4 million? Would you like 4 million, anyone here? Supposing I said I'm going to give you 4 million and you've got 1 week left to live. You can have the 4 million, but you can only have it for a week and then you die. Otherwise, or you can just have a normal wage. Which one would you choose?
Life.
So really, what's one of the most, I wouldn't say it's the most, but what's one of the most important things in our life? Our health. But where does health usually go in people's minds? Where do we usually put health in our minds? Where do we put it? Why do we do that in England? Why do we put health last in England? Why is that?
Chasing money.
Well, we don't have to pay for GP.
We don't have to pay for GP. She said it. The national health's free. You know, I can save money. When really, the top of the agenda, there was a man, he was a millionaire, multi-millionaire. He said, I would give away every penny I had just so that I could taste my food. He just wanted to be able to taste his food. He said he'd give away all his millions just to taste his food. So how do you feel about it? If you was in his position, as you just said, more than likely, what would you do? Who'd like to tell us what they would do? You're in his position, you can't taste your food, what would you do? Would you choose to give away all your money and just so that you can taste food?
Well, I'll tell you what I do.
What would you do?
I'll give away some of it.
You give away some of it and keep the rest. Yeah? What would you do?
My father's been sick for the last 15 years, yeah?
15 years.
And I always really with him, becoming like friends.
Yeah.
And he said to me, I have 2 houses. And all the overtime I do, I can't pay for the sickness I have now. You see what I mean?
That's right.
So all the money I earn don't mean nothing.
That's right. And did you know that in my book, it's selling plus 2 CDs and a DVD for just $9.99. That's how cheap I've made it. So the children can afford it, everyone can afford it. I'll just discuss a little bit from page 50, some of the points in it. It discusses Alzheimer's disease, colon. It discusses the illnesses that can happen in the colon. It discusses arthritis, neck and back pain, headaches, excess weight, blood pressure, swollen limbs, high cholesterol, asthma. All of these things are in, and then it goes on to have a good diet. And I'll give you a guess. What do you think the first chapter is? What do you think one of the first chapters discusses? Before it even discusses health, before we even talk about health, what do you think it starts off with to begin with?
Money.
Water.
To begin with,
No.
I'll tell you the title of the first
Diet.
chapter. I'll tell you, my friends, the title of the first chapter.
Are you happy?
It's entitled, What is Willpower? Why did I start the book off with discussing willpower? I'll tell you what willpower is. Willpower is basically a combination of self-discipline and determination. Now, self-discipline is basically the ability, regardless of what your feelings are, to have that thinking ability so you can force yourself to do what's right for you. Did I turn my phone off? Oh, just turn my phone off. See, I've got people ringing me about health even while I'm giving the talk, eh? Yeah, basically, yeah, as we said, willpower is basically a combination of self-discipline and determination. So we understand what the self-discipline part is. Remember we said it's to force yourself to do something regardless of how you feel. Now determination. Determination is a mindset where we say that's what I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to end up, and then whatever we do, whatever diet we start, it just breaks it all down throughout that chapter that we can continue doing what we start. We don't just start this diet this week and then next week we stop. It's just a continual process. And also, when you look at the diet, it speaks about diets in one of the last chapters. It tells you a diet to lose weight, a diet to keep healthy, a diet that you can detox your body with natural foods. Whole chapter on water. A whole chapter. 3 things. And those things, one disc on its own is $9.99, another disc is $9.99, the book's $9.99, but $9.99 for the whole lot. Why? Because I can see that health is so simple. It's only a small little book that can give you good health. It can help you to understand how simple it is to look after your body. And that's the point. Let's take, what's a common illness? Let's discuss some of the common illnesses we have today. What's a common illness? Flu. For instance, flu. I'll tell you the number one reason why people take time off work. What would you say one of the number one reasons why people will take a large length of time off work? Back problems. You said it. Now what can we do to strengthen our back? A simple thing that we can do at home to strengthen our back. Which part of the back's the part of the back that usually gets weak? What's the lower back? Why does the lower back go? Why? Who would like to say what?
We don't bend down.
We don't bend down properly.
We don't bend properly, yeah. We don't lift properly.
We don't lift properly. And what do we do all day? If you're, well, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that, but especially if you're a woman, what are you carrying down the road from Tesco? Well, we don't want to, promote any shops. What are you carrying down the road from the corner shop?
£10 worth of shopping.
Shopping. And what do you do as you're coming out of the supermarket?
You lift it up like that.
And how do you lift it?
You just pick it up without bending.
You pick it up without bending. But the thing is, how strong is the back that you're... How much weight is that? How do your fingers feel when you finished shopping?
No.
If you haven't got a car?
No.
You can see the lines of the plastic bag in your fingers.
I know, because
So we're going like this. How many times a week? How many times a week do you go shopping?
Every day.